Hello, my friends on YouTube. Welcome to 1 in a Million channel. My name is Eunice Chan, and today we are talking about personal growth, how to grow yourself, how to grow your mindset faster than you can possibly imagine. And today's vibe is a little different. Today is the evening vibe, so I'm a little calmer, quieter. My energy is a little lower, but it doesn't mean any different about today's message. So today we have a very powerful message. I'm so glad that you're here to join me for it. And I've actually made this video specifically for those of you who know that there's so much that you can grow from. There's so much that you can grow into. And you want to speed up and accelerate the process. Because I can tell you, I am one of those people. And I would always look for things to overcome. I would always look for breakthroughs. At one point, I was kind of addicted to overcoming breakthroughs. I would kind of see it as a game. But the reason I'm making this video is because I found that there is a faster and more expansive way to grow, and I want to take you on this journey with me. So if you are into self-development, if you want to grow faster than you can possibly imagine, then this video is made just for you. The entire point about self-development is all about living your best life. It's all about thriving. It's all about expanding into the person that you can be. Yes, there is healing involved. Yes, there is overcoming challenges involved. Yes, you will overcome hurdles. They're all a part of your process towards becoming your most empowered self. It's all a part of the process, but it is not the destination of the process. Right? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. You are going to encounter some difficult things along the way, but overcoming things is not the ultimate goal. So it's one thing to always tap into your alignment, tap into your higher knowing, tap into your higher being, and then just running with it, right? And then it's another thing to always be stopping yourself in your tracks, looking at what's going wrong, looking at what you need to fix, and then overcoming those blocks. Now, knowing what's blocking you can be very handy when it comes to two different situations. And I'm not saying that it's not useful at all, but I feel like it's only specifically useful when it comes to certain situations. The first scenario is when you may be unconsciously doing something on autopilot, habitually, that may be sabotaging yourself. So you already know what it is that you want. You have a very clear idea, the direction you're headed towards. But maybe when you are in the process of pursuing that, you may find yourself unconsciously doing something that may be keeping you in your past. Maybe you're doing something that keeps you feeling safe in your old reality that you have no idea about. So that is the first scenario where you want to find out what your blocks are so that you could clear them and then, move on to your desired reality. The second scenario is when you actually have no idea what you really desire. And you're in the process of figuring that out, but you can't really rack your brain and find out what it is that I really want. Then what you want to do is you want to look at your blocks, you want to look at your frustrations, you want to look at whatever it is that is negative that is happening in your life and ask yourself, well, what is this negative experience? What is this block trying to tell me? What am I frustrated about? What do I no longer want to have in my life? And then imagine the opposite of that, tease out what is the desire behind the block or the desire behind the undesirable event or undesirable experience that is trying to tell you about your purpose in life, your desire in life. And then you can kind of figure out, oh, this is what I do want. This is the direction that I do want to go towards. So yes, if your level of self-awareness is not extremely high and you haven't been on the self-development journey for a very long time and you want to bring something from your unconscious mind into your awareness, you really want to shine light on it, it can become very helpful. But what tends to happen after several of these breakthroughs and you've overcome, multiple things, it's going to be easy to become conditioned that breakthroughs are the only way for things to happen. So I noticed when I was crushing one block after another, I felt so invincible. I felt like I could break all the blocks in the world. I felt like nothing can stop me now because I will break through all of my subconscious blocks. Like nothing can have a hold on me. And I started getting really excited for looking for blocks. Like I started looking out for them. I started journaling. Oh, what are some blocks that I have around money? What are some blocks that I have around success? What are some blocks that I have around this and that? I was always on the edge of my seat, like, okay, where's my next one? What is the next thing I need to fix? What is the next thing I need to overcome, right? And I always felt like I needed to fix the next thing. Like I was always in this like overcoming mentality. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why am I doing that? I noticed myself looking for blocks to break. I kept looking for one difficult thing after another, and I started anticipating these hurdles coming at me so then I can feel like I've won it. I can feel like I've overcome it. So I got conditioned to look forward to the extreme lows and the highs and the lows and the highs for something difficult to overcome. So instead of being in alignment, instead of just doing my own thing, instead of just cruising along and actually just enjoying the ride, I would be looking for, resistance. I would be looking for, like a door to knock down so that I can overcome it, just so I can come to the next door again and then use my axe to hack it down. So an analogy that I have is kind of like opening the hood of your car every 500 kilometers just because you want to check, you want to see if anything's going wrong, just so you have a reason to take it to the shop, like just so you can improve its performance when there's nothing noticeably going wrong at all. It's like running just fine. You don't do that. You'd only take your car to the shop for repair only if there's something wrong, only if it broke down, only if you suspect that something actually needs to get fixed, right? So if you don't do that to your car, why would you do that to yourself? The only reason is because we've been so conditioned to feel like we've taken over the world when we have overcome something really difficult. If we have overcome something really big in our life and we're like, oh my gosh, like this is the best feeling ever, I'm going to keep going for this feeling. So I'd be conditioned to the idea that the only way I can grow super fast, or the only way that I can experience a lot of personal growth and evolution and development is if I keep finding blocks to break. But then you know what? If our entire life, our success, our happiness, our relationships was based on having blocks to break, can you imagine how stuck we would make ourselves in lives just because we want to feel that sense of improvement? And so by doing that, we keep creating these blocks and breakthroughs for ourselves. We keep creating resistance and we keep creating difficulty for ourselves just so we can feel the exhilaration when we get to that next level. Then even if we have crushed all of our blocks, even if we have overcome everything, we would still create new ones. So our whole life would depend on being stuck. And I thought to myself, you know what? There's got to be another way. There's got to be like another way of growing and evolving and bettering myself instead of always having to look for something difficult to conquer. Here is where everything changed for me. And this is why I created this video for you guys, because I started asking myself, what if I could just go super fast? What if I could just expand? What if it doesn't have to be difficult before it gets to be easy? And what if I just get to choose the easy way every single time? What if I just get to be cruising along every single time? Like, what if I could just get to experience growth just because I want to expand, just because something excites me, just because I feel pulled, just because I want to go in that direction? And you know what I thought to myself? The only way to expand super fast and grow at hyper speed is if I constantly choose my own alignment, if I constantly listen to myself and align to my highest self and only overcome any blocks when they present itself. It's alignment and alignment only. So how do I do that? How do I always choose the most aligned thing? Is really to keep alignment in mind, because a lot of times when we're so conditioned to having this problem-solving mentality, we keep looking for the problems, we keep looking for things to overcome. But the alignment mentality is you always refocusing and readjusting your vision to the highest version of yourself. So anything that inspires you, anything that excites you, asking yourself what is the most aligned thought, the most aligned action, the most aligned idea, and you just go pursue that. And that is that simple. And yes, I mean, at first it might take some getting used to. Maybe you're so used to asking yourself, what are the problems that I need to fix, that you're mentally scanning for problems. But it will take some reminder. It will take some adjustment to reprogram yourself, to ask yourself, well, what is the most aligned thing that I need to seek for right now? Where is my alignment at? And then just keep asking yourself over and over and over again. And before you know it, you would have reprogrammed yourself to ask yourself that question, to be looking for the alignment instead of looking at the place where you're misaligned. So this is how I get to change, just because I want to, just because I get excited, just because I feel a shift in my energy, not because there's anything wrong with my life that needs improvement, that needs fixing. So what does that mean for you? If you can maybe even start prioritizing yourself more before you feel like you've been walked all over by someone, or you can start putting up some boundaries before someone steps over your boundaries or offends you. Or you can start taking some days off of work. You could start using some of your holidays without having to be completely burnt out at work. So this is what I mean, not having to wait for something to go wrong in your life to start pursuing the expansion. So my friends, this is what it's all about. It's about pursuing your own evolution and your own expansion, and really approaching it in a way that you kind of get to look forward to, instead of thinking that there's anything wrong with yourself that you need to fix. The reason why you're on this self-development journey is not because you're not enough. It's because you're so enough that you want to pursue more. You want to see the kind of person that you get to become. So it's all about expansion. And if you can keep your alignment, and if you can keep expansion at the tip top of your mind, then you can continuously seek it, for it to lead you, for it to guide you, for it to be the primary focus of your vision. So I hope that this helps you to take your growth at a super speed. And I hope this inspires you to see just how much more enjoyable and inspiring that your personal growth journey gets to be. If you enjoyed this video, please give me some love. Let me know that you were here, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would love to see more of you around. With that said, take care, sending you lots of love and light, and I will be seeing you in the next video.